Jefferson, thanks for that update out there. Well, the anticipated public hearings for the impeachment inquiry in Congress are set to begin tomorrow.
Yeah, a lot of anticipation here. While both sides battle on Capitol Hill, schools across the country are using this as a teaching moment to really help the next generation of voters better understand the facts. Brian Hoffman joins us now live in the studio after attending a class at Reno High School where the teacher is doing just that.
You know, that's right, Ryan. They're using the inquiry in Congress to teach students about everything from the Constitution to presidential powers and even the history about early impeachments.
Mick Mulvaney, the Chief of Staff, John Bolton, the former National Security Advisor, have all refused to testify in front of the impeachment inquiry.
Richard Clark's We the People class may seem like any other classroom setting, but its students are getting a closer look at the way our government works at a level most adults can't boast.
It's trying to balance history, the Constitution, current events, what's actually happening all at one time.
And much of his class is teaching the difference between fact and fiction.
I've realized a lot of the impeachment is just contained within the House and that there's an entire separate process that then has to be followed up on in the Senate.
Mr. Clark uses real-world, sometimes humorous examples on how impeachment has occurred in the past and learning lessons for the future.
They impeached Samuel Chase in 1803, his Supreme Court justice, for being angry, right? Not for any other reason than the fact that they didn't like how he treated people on the bench, and they impeached him.
The House could bring up charges that the president was bald, and that's not okay. And that once that's gone through, it doesn't really mean anything unless the Senate then convicts. So the idea that just anything can be an impeachment was kind of crazy to think about.
Being able to take a first-hand look at what impeachment is and the current first steps in the inquiry has driven many of these kids to continue asking questions.
And I think it's extremely important for the younger generations to get involved with it and to open up conversations that are very relevant to them, especially now.
But it isn't just work for this teacher, as he was in a similar situation when he was in school.
Ironically, I was in the same place they were when Bill Clinton was being impeached. I was a senior in high school, so I know what they're feeling of, like, what is this impeachment thing?
I did not have.
When I asked Mr. Clark on why teaching these things to his student is so important, he told me that the first three words in our Constitution are "we the people," and without an active, engaged citizenry that can look at things through reason, our republic just won't exist. Covering the story live in the studio, Brian Hoffman, 2 News.